Hey, how's it going on, guys? The plan is we are going to build a project named inventory. We'll do it from scratch. I will not only code but also explain why we use different components at different times. I'm requesting you to follow along with this DRF series and become more confident about all the little details. So without further ado, let's create a virtual env through a virtual env wrapper and install our Django REST framework package inside this virtual env. So let's type make virtual env and then we will type the name of the env. So let's say it's gonna be inventory. So inventory. Yes, it has created a virtual env and left us inside this env, as you can see. Now let's install Django REST framework inside this virtual env. So pip install Django REST framework. It's gonna take a few seconds. Now it has successfully installed. Now it is time to create our project. Since we install a Django REST framework, we are given a utility named Django admin. We will leverage this utility to create our inventory project. So let's type Django admin start project inventory. Our project has been successfully created behind the curtain. I want to cd to our inventory project. So let's type cd inventory. Now let's open up this project on VS Code. To do that, we can type code and then space and a dot and press the enter button. So here is your application run on the VS Code, and as you can see on the left side there are like two inventory folders. Like the first one is on the top written on capital letters, and then the underneath you have like an internal inventory. So that's gonna be our main app, and Django calls that as an app. We will be creating more apps later on in this series. Since we are going to be building an inventory system, so we will be needing like suppliers, merchant, then you will be needing like product, and what else, orders, payment, and all those. So all those components are gonna be individually called apps. Okay, so why not we create a supplier app for the time being. How we're gonna do that? We're gonna press Control backtick and it will open the terminal, and on this terminal we can go ahead and create our another app. I think we are not inside the environment, so I want to run the environment. I think we're gonna grab that inventory environment. Okay, I have selected this virtual environment, and now we are inside this env inventory environment. Since we are in, we can create that supplier app. Now we can type Django admin start app supplier, I should say, and I'm gonna hit the enter button, and as you can see it has created another app called supplier underneath this inventory. Okay, now here is the thing. Every time we create an app, we need to register that into settings.py file. Let me open up this settings.py file, which is located inside the main app, which is inventory in our case. So I'm gonna open up that settings.py file, and I'm trying to find installed apps section. Let me scroll down. Okay, so this is the place where we are gonna register our newly created app, which is supplier, and let me do that for you. So it's gonna be like supplier, and the name should be the same because we have created supplier app over here, so the name should be the same. Okay, and remember we also install Django REST framework, so we need to register here as well. So it's gonna be like REST framework. Okay, and we're gonna set a comma at the end. So now we have registered supplier underneath this installed app section, and also the REST framework, because this REST framework will take over this entire application, Django application, and it will behave as a REST framework now. Okay. So once the registration is done, we can go back to our terminal. So I'm gonna kind of expand this, and I'm gonna go back to my terminal, and I will type Python manage.py run server. Okay, can you see the URL here? You can copy the URL and paste it onto the web browser, or you can click the URL by pressing Ctrl at the same time. The Django REST application is successfully running on the browser. Here we go. So this is the URL, and you can see the installation has been successfully done. Since you have made it this far, can I request you to hit the thumbs up button for me, please, guys, and smash the subscribe button too. I'm going to cover the entire DRF series and then possibly the first API series afterwards. Then I would also will have a playlist about system design patterns and interview questions and a lot more. So if you think those are interesting, then please do subscribe to my channel. Okay, now let me show you one thing. If I scroll up, where is it? Okay, here we go. You can see that it says like 18 unapplied migrations, blah blah blah. The reason is Django will by default try to generate some tables into a SQLite database for user authentication and user permission. Currently, no database tables are created for this application. I mean, the database is here. Let me show you. Okay, these SQLite database is here, but no tables been created yet. Okay. As we haven't done any sort of migration, so Django could not manage to generate any tables yet. If we migrate, these warnings will go away, and it will create those basic tables into the SQLite database. But here's the thing, I'm neither going to use the SQLite database, nor I'm going to use this Django's default user authentication for this inventory application. Therefore, I'm not going to migrate right now. I'm going to migrate, but later on. So let me go down to this settings.py file. So I'm going to kind of minimize this, and I'm going to go down, and I will try to find the databases section where it is. Okay, so it says it is currently using SQLite 3, as you can see, but we wanna replace it with a Postgres database. Okay, and but here's the thing, using Postgres would require one package to be installed first, that is psychobj2, that module, and so let me install that very quickly. So we're gonna type, I'm gonna go down, I'm going to say Control C, that will shut down the server, and now I can say pip install psychobj2. Okay, I think it has been successfully installed, and now I want to replace this database block. Okay, I can comment out that, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring my code snippet over here. That's my code snippet. So this is the Postgres credential. I'm gonna assume that you can install PostgreSQL for Windows on your own. It's very easy to install. All you have to do is just follow the installation processes. And another thing to mention is that after successful installation, it will give you pgadmin interface, which is used for like accessing data. I mean, we can see tables and data visually. Okay, so that pgadmin will give you that sort of functionalities. I already have pgadmin. Let me open that up for you. And okay, so and I have to enter my password, and which is 123456. Okay, and now I want to create a database. So I have to find this PostgreSQL server, and it is asking me the password again. Let me put that in, and now I can create the database. Let me create a database. You can set anything, but I'm gonna say inventory DB. I'll hit the save button. Oh, it says already exists. How about DJ inventory DB? If I save now, okay, it has created the database. Where is it? This DJ inventory DB. And now if I go back to my the name should be the name of your DB. In our case is DJ inventory DB, right? Now where would I get this user thing and this password thing? Well, while you are installing the Postgres database into your PC, you must have been asked for a password, and I'm sure that you have set that password over there. You have to remember that password. For me it was 126, but I'm sure that you have set your password on your own when you install your Postgres. So this is the same password. You have to put it here, and the host name is going to be the local host, and the port by default is 45432. So yeah, that's the setup. Okay, let's save it. You know that we are ready to migrate now, but I'm gonna still hold it for a while. In the next video, I will override DRF user authentication, and after that I will run migration finally. Hope to join you in the next video. Please comment below if you like the video so far. So bye now.